Hello, everyone. Happy Friday night. Welcome to another episode of Soundtown Black Marathon Madness. Happy Friday. I hope everyone has maybe a fantastic Friday night. So we're going to discuss. I've been really excited for this one. Season 1, episode 56 Getting Spicy Chili Cook-Off. Alright, we're going to be cooking tonight. Alright, and then fast forward back to season 8, episode 32, Falling into Fall Break. Okay, so let's go back to season 1, episode 56, Getting Spicy Chili Cook-Off Community Service Trip. Hmm. So let's go. So this episode starts out here, get breakfast, they go to the Breakfast Club real quickly. They eat breakfast, they chat with Erica and all his pals, and they just hang out. And then he has to quickly, when the bell rings, go to Mr. Winwood, his homeroom teacher, because it is a field trip Friday today. But it's going to get spicy, very spicy. Hunter is going to be a very spicy savage, more than ever. And you'll find out why. Ah! Um, so, and by the way, this is the last day of before fall break in 8th grade, so he's really excited for that too. So he goes to Miss Scrimmage. They just tell him what they're going to be doing today. It's going to be they're going to the chili cook-off, which is a little event which is actually happening in my hometown this weekend, which is so cool. They've been doing it for many years. It's a real thing. This was a real thing that we're helping set up. And so this is a community service trip where we help set up for this event for the chili cook-off. So let's begin. So they just tell instructions about what they're going to do, and they actually, since the event is so close to the school, they instead of wasting money and wasting resources on with a bus, they decide to walk to the chili cook-off area. So they walk there, which we kind of see. We kind of stop filming during the walk, but we film a little bit of it, and then when we finally get to the place, walking into the place, we film going in, because we're good at that, and we know how to film, and we know what looks good, so we're good at this stuff. But anyway, um, so when we get there, they talk to us about what we're gonna do. There's some stations, so one station is like setting up the tables where the chili will be at. Another one is picking up trash in the area so it looks good. Another one is putting trash cans in different areas so at the event they can fill their mini cups of chili away. And then there was like some hard work and stuff where you can clear out weeds and stuff so it looks good for the event. And not just for the event, but just for the park in general, because this event is happening at this big, huge park called Paradise Springs, which is a little place, and it's very nice. It's by the Wabash River where I'm at because this is where we filmed at Wabash, my hometown. So that's where we filmed all the episodes actually. But anyway, if you didn't know. But if you're a longtime fan, you know that's where we filmed the stuff, and that's where I'm living full time. But and where I grew up, so in Indiana. But anyway, and this is a real event, like I said. So if you are in the Wabash area, or if you just are a big fan, go this weekend. It's this weekend, I believe. So the cherry could come and eat a whole bunch of chili. It's really fun. It's for charity too. You donate to charity. It's awesome. But anyway, so we do this community service. How great. Um, and if you also, this is hopefully to inspire, this episode is to inspire, youth and people to do community service stuff. for their community, to clean up parks and stuff, pick up trash in their neighborhood, pick up trash in their park, recycle, all that great stuff. And um, it was a good. We had a good movement going, but the split inspiration for this. And Hunter did in there with his in seventh grade with his resource class in seventh grade on one of the last episodes of Hey Hunter did a community service cleaning up this Paradise Springs park. But clean up trash, clean up, recycle. We use things. This was inspiration episode too. It was a fun episode, a great episode, and with drama, of course, but also with good service. We're showing good service, and I personally enjoyed helping. I personally in this episode enjoyed um, helping out the community. I love this stuff. I personally enjoyed it. I still enjoy it. I try to do as much as possible. I actually took a intern. I actually volunteered. It was an internship with the ARC, um, and that was my summer job one year. Was to go to the parks and pick up trash and clean up the park in 2022. That was like a summer job that I did, which I loved. Instead of me doing acting all the time and music all the time and being this big thing, I wanted to do something to help clean up and stuff. And I always try to pick up trash around me and our neighborhoods and stuff. But anyway, let's see. But I always do that, and I also, we did it. I also did an summer job internship thing at this thrift store, this center that helps homeless and poverty in my area. It's called Lighthouse Mission. There's a wheel place. We do, and I think we did an episode where we donated cans and stuff. No, yeah, no, but I personally, have worked there. I help. They have a food shop and they have this food pantry. It's called Lighthouse Missions to Fish Shop, and they provide cheap, items for folks to buy, or sometimes they give free stuff and free bread. And it's a Christian organ, which is so great. Um, and I recommend also volunteer at these places, these centers and stuff if you can. But anyway, um, and don't, or at least just donate items. You don't have to volunteer. You can just donate things that you have. Um, but anyway, and then there's a food pantry. We donate cans and stuff, like food items and stuff. We do that like every year. But anyway, um, but this episode was just to inspire young folks and teenagers and even adults, everybody to donate places, clean up parks, do some pull weeds and stuff at parks and stuff, do some help with yard work maybe. Just go out there as a public property, let's pull bad things out, clean up trash, recycle things. Um, you know, but anyway, um, but actually one of the episodes, which I'll probably talk about, we did at Liv Hartman, we did this fundraiser where we sold candies. And this was just but we sold stuff and we to buy so we can and people donated stuff so we can go to Walmart and I think we showed this. We went to Walmart, I believe, and we bought diapers and baby supplies and we went to donate it to this place called the Life Center, and it's a real place, and they do real service. And we donated like things to them and donated money to them, and they showed us around the Life Center. They provide free pregnancy tests, free ultrasound for poverty women that are in poverty that can't afford. to go to, afford to get things done. Like, they can't afford a test. But anyway, um, and they also provide mothers with baby formula and diapers and stuff. So we donated some supplies to the Life Center, and that's something that we do. So even donate to centers, homeless centers, poverty centers, um, like the Lighthouse Mission and the fish pantry. That's what it's called. And donate to Christian centers, donate to churches. And also help clean up your neighborhoods, your streets, your parks, please, and recycle. Put things back where they belong. Like, um, but clean up your after yourself after the picnic, and donate to also like pregnancy centers and other things like this. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. This episode was, it's a fun episode. It's Fun Friday. It's a field trip episode. But it's also showing community service, hard work, and helping others. So that's really what we wanted to get at, which I think we did a good job. But anyway, what they just showed us what stations we can help out with, like putting tables out, moving trash cans around, cleaning up trash, cleaning up things. Like help set up this event. Um, so um, one thing that he does, my character does, um, is just walk around and find trash and pick it up footway. Any trash he found, he went into the woods. He found like newspapers and stuff, and like magazines. It's kind of crazy. Um, Probably not good, but um, footway, like plastic bottles and cans and ridiculous stuff. So that was one thing. He had gloves on. He looked ridiculous. But another thing I think he did was pulling weeds. So that's one thing, which you'll see clips of. Pulling weeds, and then he helped move trash cans over to the different areas. Now he didn't set up any tables because I'm not that strong and I don't want to get hurt. So he had the athletic, skinny people do that. But anyway, um, and then they had a break for lunch, and here's the spicy stuff. Okay, this is where this Savage got spicy Savage, hashtag spicy Savage, and this is where Hunter starts cooking at this chili cook-off setup event. All right, but some of the Brotherhood that have been driving him crazy the last couple of weeks with the Fluke show that's been going on lately, and more so with Jared and how he's been kind of a crybaby and a complainer about the Brotherhood and his leadership. Like, come on now. We've been having drama, and Hunter is about to stir up the pot, okay? So during this break, they get their lunch and thing, and he tries sitting with Jared, and Jared's kind of having a stinky attitude. I don't know if it's with the setting up things. I don't know, but that's just how he always is, being a crybaby, being a complainer, um, all this. And he is wanting Hunter's trying to talk to him, be friendly with him. Hey, how you doing? Are you excited for Subway? Tell me about what you're doing. And Jared, not Hunter, Jared is being a little bit of an attitude and annoying Hunter just like he did at JA. Remember that? But anyway, and Hunter's not liking it. And he said, I won't talk to you until you put me higher up in the pier. Oh my god, you're not going to tell me how to be in charge of this Burhead. I'm a leader. This is my way or the highway, just like I talked about earlier. It's Hunter's way or highway. If you're not gonna follow it, I'm gonna have to kick you out. And then Jared stands up, and then stands up and says, I'm the leader. This isn't Hayden's Burhead no more. I don't care. I'm sorry that you don't like me as the leader, but this is, if you want to be in this Burhead fun group and be friends with me, you're gonna have to follow my way or the highway. Get on the highway, get on the streets. get on the sideline. And I'm the Brotherhood leader. I'm the king of the Brotherhood. I'm in charge. Or you can get out and it'll kick you out. He had a temporary kick out before a couple weeks before this. I will kick you out, Primate Jared. And Jared keeps talking, complaining about the Brotherhood, complaining about Hunter doing all this, being an attitude, being a crybaby. Um, and Hunter says, because Jared's standing up, he stands up, he's cooking, Hunter's cooking, he's spicy at this chili cook-off event. I don't know if it's the chili that's making Hunter like go and spicy, but Hunter says, stands up and says, you need to sit down and shut up, or something like that, to Jared. And that's what Jared does. He sits down, and they don't talk to each other. The drama and the saga of the picture with Jared continue. But Hunter just moves on, ignores Jared, puts blinders on, not literally, but mentally. Um, and Hunter cooked him. Hunter was cooking, right? Hunter cooked Jared. Um, but anyway, he sits down, he eats his lunch, he watches TikTok, he talks to his other pals and his other brother members, and he leaves Jared be and have a nasty attitude. Now, um, but something cool happens. He sees his mom, his mother, and his grandma and grandpa, and their dog. That's a cute dog named Book. And they're walking because sometimes they do like their little walks outside and they were walking. Like the favorite place that my grandparents and her dog and my mom likes to walk and still does to this day, even then and now and before that. They walk at the river walk because Paradise Springs is right next to the Wabash River. The famous Wabash River is very famous. But they walk on the Riverwalk, and the Riverwalk next to the Paradise Spring. That's their favorite spot. And we were at lunch. We were sitting under a pavilion close to the Riverwalk. So Hunter's mom actually, and their grandparents, and Brooke, who's a cute puppy. I'm not a dog person. I'm a cat person. I have my cat Leo. I love. I'm not really a dog person, but I love my grandma's dog and grandpa's dog. Book as a little, like, kind of like a weenie dog type thing. I don't know what the actual type is, but it's a small dog. She's the sweetest thing. Her name is Book, and we've been having her for like 11, 12, or 13 years now. And Book is still around. I don't see her as much as I used to, but she is my only favorite dog. I don't like any other dogs because a dog when I was younger attacked me like 13 years ago or something like that. And I'm afraid of them, and they're kind of evil. But Book is the chillest dog, and she is the sweetest dog. Um, but anyway, and I saw them. They came up to me at lunch, and that we were about to be done with it, and they surprised me. Oh my gosh, I didn't know. Like that was a big moment. That was a surprise moment. I didn't know they were gonna come up. I didn't know they were coming. Like, I thought there was a possibility because they walk that a lot. Because my parents, we live on the south side, close to the Riverwalk. My grandma lives on the hill, close to the Riverwalk, so they walk that a lot, actually. But, um, but anyway, I thought maybe it could be a possibility, but I didn't know I didn't know. But it was a shock for me personally and for my character, so I was really shocked, really, what you'll see on the clip. And they just kind of chat, and they just hang out for a little bit, and then but Hunter has to go, and they go move on. Um, and I think we see them again. So they go back to their station. I mean, they go back to the main area. They talk about what they're going to do next. So we had to finish cleaning up and setting up some more after lunch. And then after we do that for about 15 to 20 minutes, we can do some fun stuff in the Paradise Spring Yard hills and stuff. There are like games and stuff. Like a little recess period. But anyway, we had to finish cleaning up. So Hunter decides to clean up some more. And he goes to he goes to this deck out here by the river, which is beautiful. And he sees his grandparents there and his mom there. He'll still clean up, which I don't think he's allowed to do, but no one knows. There's not much supervision on this trip, so he can do what. So he can, and also on this trip at one point before lunch, before he was just on his TikTok and stuff. Um, which is just so funny. Instead of cleaning, but he takes them, but he goes sees his parent and mom and grandparents. Um, and they hang out on this deck with book, which I need to show you a book. Um, and they just chit chat some more, but they tell Hunter and he needs to get moving and clean up so he don't get in trouble. And then he says it's fine, but he ends up moving on anyway and finish cleaning up some trash and then throws the trash away. And it's activity time, so they do some activities. But while Hunter's doing that, they go. He just walks around. He just hangs out. He just chills, listens to Taylor Swift, my favorite artist. I have to find a pit. I want to find a picture of book here. Um, and then he just chills, and they actually, with Hunter and some of his friends, they start rolling down a hill, which I have a BTS video of, which that was so fun. I'm trying to find book. Where's book? Oh, here's my grandparents' dog, a sweet, innocent, small. I don't know if you can see that. Small dog. Her name is Book, so here's Book. Look how cute she is. That's one good picture. About a year ago, more than a year ago, March of last year. Oh, if you haven't seen my cat, Leo, I don't think I ever shown you Leo, but he's my cat. He just turned 1 on September 23rd. This is Leo when he first came to us, when he was about a couple months old with his cute little blue bunny. He's so cute. Mr. Leo, I love Leo. I'm a cat person. Little Leo, little Leo. He's a funny cat. We had him since he was born September 23rd of last year, and we got him in November, so almost a year. Um, close to Thanksgiving of last year. That's when we got little Leo, little Leo, Leo. He's my cute, and Leo is so cool. That's what the previous owners named him, and we just kept his name when we adopted him. Oh, little Leo! Oh my gosh, I'm getting cuteness overload. He's a funny little guy. He likes getting drawers and boxes. Oh my gosh, he likes to kind of bite, but he hasn't bitten in a long time. I think cats outgrow biting usually when they're 1. But yeah, my 2 favorite pets, my 2 favorite animals, Book, the little dog, um, and Leo, little Leo. So here is this video of me rolling down the hill at the Paradise Springs when we get done cleaning up and doing our community service, which was uh, good. Hard. It was hard work, but it was very rewarding. I loved doing it. It was a nice break too. And a nice way to end the week before fall break. But here is the video of me rolling down the hill. So that's me. That was a fun moment. Falling in the leaves, the falling leaves. So yeah, that was fun. And I won the contest too. But anyway, rolling down the hill, those were fun times. But anyway, I don't think I would win now because I'm more heavy than I was then. But after that, we just chilled out. I talked to Miss Warnock and Miss Cornell, just had a little bit of chat, um, and that was it. We started walking back, and let me tell you, walking back was horrible. It was so hot, and I was wearing a sweatshirt. Oh my gosh, because during the day it was so chilly. You know how fall is, especially in a bipolar state of Indiana, where it's 1 minute it's cold and 1 minute it's hot, and 1 minute it snows and 1 minute it's like melted. This is ridiculous sometimes here. But it was burning red. I was burning red like the Taylor Swift song and like the fire emoji and the life is so. But anyway, um, I was hot. I was hot, sweating. I was a sweaty savage. Let me tell you, I was really spicy. If you talk about spicy, I didn't even eat chili that day, but I was spicy. The most spicy I ever been. I was a spicy and sweaty savage on the way back to the school, walking back. Ah, and it was hilly too. We had to walk up the hill to get back. It was hot. I was like sweating. I was kind of heavy, not as heavy I was now, but it was. It's hard to you sweat more, you get overwhelmed more when you're heavy. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. It was hot. It was hot. It was hot. I was sweating. It felt like I was in Mexico in a desert. And I said that in the episode, it felt like Mexico because just like Erica, because my skills coach Erica that week was in Mexico. I forgot to mention that. So I said it felt like where Erica's at in Mexico. But I bet she's having a better time than this. Walking, she's probably on a beach or something. She probably was. But anyway, um, that was walking up the hill. And once we got inside to middle school where Erica just went, thank God I never felt so good to be back into a school building. But anyway, they just go to the homeroom with Mr. Wildwood and they just chill for the rest of the day until 3:45. And then once the bell rings, it's fall break. He fell into fall break and it's there. So the bell rings, he did a little dance before and he walks up the door, struts his stuff into fall break. He says, "Peace out. I'm gonna enjoy this week off." And that was it. So now let's go to season 8, episode 32, Falling into Fall Break. So this is 11th grade. This is the last day before the fall break in 11th grade now. So he goes to get breakfast. He gets to a Hartman bus. It's an early childhood day. Miss Higgins, they do like a lesson and then they do some like activity. And then they have their 20-minute break, which you don't see. As a snacking and stuff getting fat, but I love it. And drinking sodas and it was just ridiculous. But anyway, um, but you don't. That's why we didn't film it because it was a mess. But anyway, uh, I got like orange stuff on me, I think, that day. But anyway, I had like a pumpkin or something like before fall break. But anyway, but anyway. It was a mess. And then after the break, they just finished their assignments for Friday. Friday's always the lesson day. And then at the end of the day, they prepare for the upcoming week. And then that's it. The bell rings for Hartman to go to back to school. They do study hall, which we don't film. Which I think Hunter made another mess because he bought oranges with him from Hartman. It was a mess. Um, um, And then he goes to lunch with the Brotherhood. They talk about fall break and their plans, and this time is not as spicy, thank God. Um, so they just chill, talk about their plans, talk about their favorite things to do during the fall, talk, you know, pumpkin spice and everything. They eat pizza, fries, chips, ice cream. Oh gosh. Um, chocolate milk. I love chocolate at school. That was so chef's kiss. And then they go to science, which I think they have a weekly test or a weekly quiz, and that's all they had. And they just chilled. Jared was in there, and he wasn't as spicy as he was. We didn't have to say sit down or shut that up. They just talked about their plans, and just said, okay. Um, I think Jared was more shy and settled down for some reason. Just calmed down in 11th grade. But anyway, um, and then they go to Algebra 2, which they have a task. So they go to Miss Oswald. They do the test. It's kind of hard, but they get through it. He turns the test in, and at least first he just chills out. They don't film it, and then they go to U.S. history, Mr. Wyland. They just do a lesson and then like a quiz, and then they just chill. Do and before fall break, he has to do his fall break dance, which will 3:30. The bell rings and he falls into fall break. He's fallen into fall break just like he did in 8th grade. He says peace out and he's gonna enjoy the fall break. And speaking of fall break, I am taking my own fall break next week off, so there'll be no episodes Monday through Friday for Marathon Madness next week. So I'll see you in 2 weeks on Monday night. So not this upcoming Monday night. I'll be off the whole week. I'm taking a break, a much needed break. I've been doing this for 3 months. But anyway, it's not done yet. We're not done with Marathon Madness. But I'm taking a break. Um, so no episodes next week. Lots of effort, but I'll see you in 2 weeks. So see you then. God bless you all. Have a great Friday night, a great weekend, and a great week. And so yeah. God bless you and see you next time. Bye. Peace out. Bye.